Hey guys, this is my 1 minute strategy for NVidia, ETH, NQ, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Microsoft, AMD, and Google. I've backtested this strategy. It works pretty much the same on all of these, symbols. But you can test it yourself if you have Lux Algo Ultimate, which I have. But I'm going to show you guys some backtesting, and I'm going to explain to you guys how the strategy works. It's pretty simple, but there's some stuff to it, and I'll tell you guys why I pretty much used it. But the heart of the strategy is the 1 minute chart, okay? And I'm going to expand this window so we can see it. We're using signals and overlays. I don't really use price action concepts. I'm not good at it yet, so I just prefer signals and overlays. And I'll show you guys what I have on. I have the scalper preset, the signal sensitivity to 3 because I want it really fast. Signals since it's scalping. Smart Trail 5, reversal zones 5 because I like the way the strategy works. It's good to have these like as slow as possible. And then trend catcher 3 and trend tracer 3, they're on. But I'm going to turn off reversal zones and trend catcher and the scalper preset so I can show you like basically the heart of the whole strategy. So this is basically how the strategy works. If the smart trail and the trend tracer are in alignment, then you're going to take trades. You know you're okay to take trades. It's going to be a high win rate strategy. You're okay to take scalps, trades, or whatever in the same direction as the two are. So if they're both bearish and you get a red, that's going to be a high chance you're going to win that, and it's going to, make some type of movement. Another thing that will make the strategy work best also is if the candles are below the trend tracer if you're bearish, and above the trend tracer if you're bullish. But as you can see, like the smart trail is red here and you've got a bullish trend tracer. So if you did take this trade, you'd have to be, a little bit more careful. But let's go back to where it was bullish. It's the same kind of thing. So here's bullish. We have a blue smart trail. So pretty much anything above this blue trend tracer is good to go when you're getting a green, buy signal. Okay. Now, I've added reversal zones and trend catcher and put it to scalper, and I'll tell you why. So first of all, the reversal zones are really good for obviously finding reversals. Look, this went down. If you didn't have the reversal zone on here, how do you really know how far it's going to go down without, drawing your own support and resistance lines and stuff, where this can just basically do it for you? Yeah, it kind of went outside the reversal zone, but generally once it's in a reversal zone, especially when it starts doing this, I think you can adjust it if you want, to a more sensitive reversal zone. This will kind of catch it. So if you could look at the charts, if you see the candles kind of going outside the reversal zones, you can lower it. But I just have it on 5 because I don't care about it being so accurate as far as the reversal zones. I like just having space on my charts so I can kind of see things. So basically, when you're kind of hitting reversal zones, it's going to start bouncing back. So that's why the reversal zones are basically on, because it'll just help you get those bounces out of it. You'll know when to get out of a trade or whatever. Okay. Also, why do I have the trend catcher on when I already have trend tracer? Well, sometimes the trend catcher will give you information that the trend tracer doesn't. As you can see right here, the trend tracer is just showing orange, orange, orange. It's saying it's going down, but look, the trend catcher turned green. And if you would have took this green trend catcher right here and took it up here, that was a nice little, opposite trade. So you can, so and it will just help to get out. If you were just in this the whole way and you ignored this signal and you just kept writing it down, you already know that this was pretty much your signal to get out. So that's why the trend catcher is on. It's just a way to help know, when the stock is starting to move against you, because these things change on a dime. You can be up a lot, and then you can be down a lot in a very short amount of time, especially when you're scalping. So, this is just to help you stay in profit, not too much drawdown. And that's why also I think this strategy is really good for futures because a lot of people are trading prop firms, and you know, that drawdown will kill you. So that's why you want, you know, this is going to be a good strategy for prop firms, and you know, scalping on the prop firms. So I was showing NVidia because I just like NVidia the best. I started with NVidia, so the strategy I made for NVidia, but I started applying it to ES and NQ. I personally think it works a little better on ES, but they're about the same. I don't know. It's just like, just play with it yourself and you can kind of, you know, go over it. But okay, that's the first leg of the strategy. It's basically, so we got signals and overlays, and then I also got a screener down here, and it's just showing the lower time frames. It's the same symbol. It just shows the 1 second, 5 second, 10 second, 15 second, 30 second. Just because when these start changing, it'll just help you. Like, if they're all saying bears, 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 you pretty much know you can stay in. But then when they start changing, sometimes the candles won't reflect that as fast, because I use Heikin Ashi candles. This strategy uses Heikin Ashi candles, and I find it's the best for catching trends. And just when I use normal candles, I have a way lower win rate than when I do Heikin Ashi. So this strategy uses Heikin Ashi candles. And yeah, they're harder to backtest with, but if you switch on like standard OHLC candles testing or whatever in TradingView, it'll let you test with them with like fairly accurate results. And then I've basically got the most accurate results I could think of, like I could possibly get on the backtesting and from regular candles and with Heikin Ashi, and I compared both, and the Heikin Ashi won. And especially when I was actually using them live, it was not even close, you know? So look, this is all changed, and you know, you got, well, it got fast. It gave you the entry fast right here, but sometimes the screener will show you when it's changing faster than the indicator will show you. So that's nice, because sometimes you'll get a entry, and then you'll get in right here, and then boom, you'll get a red right here, like the next candle, and then it'll keep going down. But I mean, obviously you don't necessarily want to enter this trade because it's already invalid from the red smart trail and the orange trend catcher. But you know, if you were gonna try to take some like opposite trade, which you could, you know, anyway, this is just helping you. That's what the screener's for. Okay, so that's the meat and potatoes of this strategy. Now these other windows on the 1 minute are basically, it's the Lux Algo Oscillator Matrix, and I have 2 of them. Why? This is a really fast one. This is just showing like fast, it's catching like fast price movements, so you can almost like trade these dots. Like, this is your entry, this is your exit, entry, exit. Here's your entry. You know, if it starts going up, I guess exit. But like, since you're in a downtrend, I wouldn't take any, you know, too much green as an entry. I use the green as exit, and then if you're in an uptrend, I'll use the green as, you know, use the green as an entry and a gray as exit. But this is like a faster, setting on the. I've turned off money flow, divergences, reversals, confluence, all that. I only left the hyperwave, and it's set to the like fastest setting. You can't go any lower. So it's just so you can catch these fast movements. Like, look, now it's already given a gray. It's just so it helps you like get out of a trade faster, or know when to get in. Just like a really quick indicator. But it's not like, see, look, it's given the gray right here, but then it's like still going up. So that's why you have this one. Now this one is just the default. This is just on default. Whenever you add it, everything's on default. I didn't change nothing because I've done a lot of back testing, and I found like on the 1 minute charts, the default works just perfectly fine. You can change it a little bit, but it doesn't make a huge difference. It's getting like the dots are pretty, they're pretty good. You could almost just trade the dots, really, like seriously. Like the dots like work, but sometimes it gets a little choppy. Like right here, you see it doesn't really work when it's choppy. But if there's like even a little bit of movement, the dots are pretty solid, So that's why you have these 2 indicators. And then, like I said, that like, okay, let's say you bought on this dot. And so here, yeah, it gave a couple of like signals in the middle, but you could also buy on this dot, sell here, buy here, sell here. So you have two little trades. So it's up to you on how you want to use your entries, but it's giving you a lot of information so you can kind of just pick how you want to enter. You can either enter on dots here, you can enter on dots here, you can enter on signals here, you can enter just on like you see a wick and you see the price, you see it changing, you see the screener, the squeeze gets high, and you feel like it's like, I feel like a lot of times when the squeeze is high, sometimes that means the stock's gonna start going up. Not always, but like, there's different things. And then now here at the bottom, this is a MACD, just a generic one. This isn't by LuxAlgo, just a generic MACD. But I took off the signals because we already have like the oscillator is basically it's basically like a RSI, I think, with it's basically the same thing it's like an RSI and a MACD in one. Like this, like it's like the money flow, I guess, is kind of like the histogram, and then the line is kind of like an RSI, I guess. But the MACD is slightly different, I guess. Even though it has a line just like RSI. Anyway, I found is the best way to use this MACD is just to turn off the line completely. I just use it as the histogram because as you can see, like, all right, look, when the bars start going down, look at the stock price is going down like with the bars, and then when it starts coming up, the stock price starts coming up. And I also added the Chris Moody Ultimate MACD, and I took everything off except for like when the cross is on, because I noticed like his indicator is exactly the same. The histogram is exactly the same as the generic MACD. He just, look, I'll turn his on so it'll like overlay it. Watch this. Like if you see like the blue on his, watch. Let me make this bigger so you guys can really see this. Like look at Chris Moody's, like, and then look at the generic one. They're exactly the same. But I just don't like the way his histogram looks. It's super ugly. And then I don't like this line. It's ugly too. So I, basically edited it and I took off a bunch of things. Only left the dots or whatever. And why is this line off? Oh, but I do want to keep the line on here because then you can know like if it's below or above the 50 or whatever on the MACD. So it'll like, if you're getting like this is giving you some signals right here. Like, look, okay. Ooh, this thing's going down so far. Oh my God. All right. But look, you got a red dot right here. See, this is another thing. Like it'll like line up. Like you got a red dot here. It went way down. Now you got a green dot. You're getting a green dot here. This might reverse right here. That's kind of what I'm thinking. Like, because you got a dot right here. You got a dot right here. You got a dot right here. The price might start reversing. It's in a reversal zone. So that's what this MACD is for. It's just kind of to, help. It's just another supportive price tracking feature. And I added, I added the Chris Moody, since they're exactly the same, basically, I just added the Chris Moody MACD, and I just kept the dots when the lines cross or whatever. So it's just more entries and exits and stuff, So it's just like up to you where, which one you would want to use. Do you want to use a signal here? Do you want to use, a dot here? Do you want to use, a dot here? Like, cause okay, we're going down, right? So you only look for, for the highest probability, you want to look for the gray dots, right? Or the red dots or whatever, or a red signal, but, anyway, so that's the whole strategy. So it's just like, it's basically the main thing. Like I said, the main thing that you're looking for is the red smart trail and the orange trend catcher, or let's go bullish because we're so bearish right now, and I don't really like bearish. I just don't like it. Like bullish always. If I can get a bullish trend, I'd much prefer that. But okay, bullish is the same is a blue smart trail and a blue trend catcher. The other stuff is everything else is designed to support that. But the heart of the strategy that you really need to know is blue or red, orange. And whichever way the thing's going, for the highest possible win rate, you want to take, bullish entries on the, if it's blue, and you want to take bearish entries if it's red. And you can make some exceptions because there's always that time where you get that big reversal move, and, I'm not saying don't take those because you can. That's, if you can catch it, get it, but for the most part, you want to, follow the indicators, because if you do go against them, there's a high chance that you will lose. Like, I'm not going to lie, like these indicators are really good. And if you go against these indicators, you're not going to have a high win rate. Let's just say that. I personally think so. So don't just do what you think the stock price is going to do. Just follow the indicators, be disciplined with your entries and with your exits. Don't get greedy when you're, this is scalping. So don't get greedy and try to go for a few more dollars, because that's when the price turns right around and now you hit your stop loss. Make sure you set your stop loss, because that's a huge problem. Even with scalping, just set a stop loss. Even if it's kind of like a I don't know, it depends on how you set stop losses, but that it's got that right here. You got stop loss here, you got take profit. So this is giving you your guidelines for your take profit and your stop loss. But for me, I just like to set a stop loss and not a take profit, because since this moving so fast, I prefer just to grab it when it goes high enough, instead of try to have it hit my take profit, because a lot of times it won't, and then it'll go down, and then I want in, out. So that's what this strategy is for. It's in, out, real quick punches, not waiting around too long. The longer you wait around, the more likely you are to lose. So I just only, use the stop loss. But that's the good thing about something like a trend catcher. This will give you the balls to just hold it, because if you see it like with this kind of angle and just moving like that, you don't want to get out. I guess you would just move your stop loss along with it. That would probably be a good way to do it. If you really want to, there's so many ways you can do this. You can turn a scalp into like a little trade. But like I said, I'm mostly scalping. But yeah, if I get a big move, I'll try to stay in that move. But the reason why it's on 3 is just like, I like to take a lot of quick trades. I feel like I'm more profitable like that. And I've experimented with all the 1 minute sensitivities, and I've found like 3 is like the best. If you're ballsy, you can try 2, but it's giving like a crazy amount of signals, and I think it's a little too fast. So I think 3 is like perfect, but 2 or 3, but I would go with 3. That's the official strategy. And when I back test it, now let me show you guys the back testing for this 1 minute, and then I'm going to show you the other window. The other window is going to be a 15-second. So the back testing, let me grab this window. Let's pull this up. Here we are. So here's the back testing. So I have the ultimate package, and here we go. We have this for the back testing. We have it on Trend Tracer, Trend Catcher, Smart Trail, bullish signals. We have it for an hour into the market, like an hour after open. Okay. You can also do the first hour. The first hour is profitable. Like really, like you can do like 30 minutes after open. Like 10. Like this is if it's East Coast time, 10 to 11:30. If it's West Coast time, 7 to 8:30. All right, but all right, look. So this is the 1 minute. I have it on sensitivity 3. Also, I have it standard OHLC, so it's not like fake prices, or it's not like fake. Anyway, so we're back testing. This is just built-in exits. So this is the back testing, sensitivity 3, signals and overlays. Look, percent profitable, 87%, profit factor 2.4, 54 trades, or whatever this is showing the trades is taking. This optimization dashboard is kind of off. I mean, you can make more money. Actually, if I went through and I like checked the sensitivity, of course you can make more money, I think, with different settings. But like I'm telling you, stick with like stick with 3. And then watch. So this is NVidia, but watch this. I'm gonna test ES. Watch this. This is also profitable. This is the 1 minute chart. Okay. We're gonna test ES, but see, you'll have to adjust the time because see, with ES you really want to do 10:30 to 11:30. You don't want to do 10 because different times of the day it might not be profitable. So it's certain times. So you really only want that hour, that first hour after. If you test the first hour, watch, all green. Like this was profit factor is NA because it hit 100%, I think, of the trades, and all green equity curve. Let's show NQ. Watch this. NQ, same thing. Futures. This is 1 hour after open. So like I said, 7:30 to 8:30. Boom, you got 100% profitable. 15 trades. All green equity curve. Let's go Bitcoin. I'll show you Bitcoin. It works for Bitcoin. It works for a bunch of symbols, which is nice. Bitcoin, look, really high win rate. Ethereum, and this is all at the same time. So basically, when I backtest, I like to backtest for like 1 hour. Now Ethereum, this has a little bit of red, but this is pretty much profitable. Like very profitable. Microsoft, same. AMD and Google, all those down to Google, all these tickers, symbols or whatever, they're all profitable with this strategy. And both on the 1 minute, and I'm going to show you the supporting, it's a dual window strategy. The 15-second is the supporting window, and they're also profitable on the 15-second. So as you can see, like all the strategies, work well. And I would recommend getting the backtesting system so you can kind of just test different sessions, like the times you like to trade. Go plug it in, and just go for like an hour, hour and a half, 2 hours at the most. Because if you do it over a longer period, the strategy will need to change. Like the scalping doesn't work. It only works at certain times. So it really does matter what time you're trading. So make sure, you get the backtesting LuxAlgo Ultimate and backtest with this if you really want to experiment with it. But that's where we're at right here, okay? Now, let's go over the 15-second chart. So the 15-second, this is the second window, okay? So the 1 minute, this is 1 minute right here. This is where you're going to probably be taking entries on the 1 minute. And the 15-second is your supporting window. This is where you're going to track the trade. Because the thing is, on the 1 minute, especially with a Heikin Ashi candle, you see how this candle is just like not moving? Because the Heikin Ashi are like a price average. It's not the real price. So the problem is when you're on a 1 minute candle, it can fool you. The candle can look like this, but the price can be like dipping down because the average price was here and here, and now it's like showing this, but it's really low. So this is why why I have a 15-second chart, just to be able to track the trade, because you can see sometimes on the 15-second it'll hit like this. Oh look, you got an X here. Like this is already telling you. So you go back to the 1 minute. I removed all the X's though from the 1 minute, because if I show the built-in exits, when you put it on 3, it gives you X. So it'll make you want to get out of the trade. Like, like what if you took that first X? You'd miss out all this. So I took the X's off the 1 minute because since the sensitivity is so low, it's giving wrong exit points. So like I said, that's why we have this 15-second chart. We're getting an X here, and then we know, okay, even if we don't exit on this X, we're about to hit a reversal. We're about to hit the smart trail. This might be like once we see the candles start kind of changing, like right now they're nice and big green candles, so we don't really want to get out yet. But like once we see a little change in the candles, then we might want to exit this. So that's what this, now look, the MACD is starting to turn white, meaning the prices maybe will start declining, but it's still got a green. It's still got green on the trend catcher. We got blue now on the trend tracer. So, maybe you could hold this a little longer, but we know we're probably getting near the top of the move, but this has been this is a good move right here. Now you're getting the second X. And also, you get like 3 X's typically. Like if it's a big move, it'll give you like 3 X's. But like this is a second chart, so it's not really a big move, but a big move in seconds. Anyway, here you're getting another X. So this is probably, to me, I would say this is it. I don't think it's gonna go much higher than this. Let's see what it shows on the 1 minute. It's hitting a take profit zone too. Maybe it will go higher. I don't know. It came out of a reversal zone, so maybe it will. But I would probably just take profit right here, personally. Like, that's good enough for me. I mean, I don't know. I'm just a scalper. But, look. See? It already started. See, right here. Now it's starting to have trouble climbing. It's in the reversal zone. It's at the smart trail. Now, don't get me wrong. It might break this smart trail. But look. Now the price is starting to come down. Now watch this. Let's go back to the 1 minute. Where's the 1 minute? Oh. You can't see that on the 1 minute. But the candle's starting to shrink. But you don't know why it's shrinking. This is why I have a seconds chart on. Because I'll be in an uptrend and I'll be losing money on these exits. Especially if you're doing if you're taking like a quick scalp. That's the difference between winning and losing right now. Now let's go back to the 15 seconds and I'll show you guys. Look, now this already gave, the 15 second already gave now a red indicator. So and you got a red dot here and you got a gray dot right here. So that's basically what I'm trying to say is like, so the seconds chart is basically a copy of the 1 minute. Everything is copied from the 1 minute. It's the same exact principles. The trend catcher in the smart trail, same color. You want to take those trades or whatever. It's the same exact principles, okay? Just the only difference is it's on the seconds, okay? And the other difference is I've changed the signal sensitivity to 12 because we have 3 sensitivity on the 1 minute, right? And 15 seconds is a quarter of a minute, right? So 3 times 4 is 12. You see what I'm saying? So it's like the same thing, basically. It's just like spread out more. But it gives you more, information per candle. Now you got this red. But think about it. What if you would have sold at the top? Now when you sold here, you lost a lot of profit. So that's why I have this seconds chart on. And look at how much it went down. You see that? So that's why, this is why I have the 15. Now, I tested it with the 5, the 10, the 15, and the 30. At first, I thought the first strategy of this, I was using the 5 second. Then I started using the 10 second, but those are just a little bit too sensitive. I found the 15 is the best. It's just, you still have to be careful with your exits. The 15, the main thing you have to be careful with on the 15 is just like, make sure you exit when you get that X, because like it will turn fast, like faster than the 5 and the 10. Like the 5 and the 10, you can cash those exits almost perfectly, but then sometimes they'll throw you off, because like if you look at it, it'll like make you want to take an entry on there, and then you'll like take one on there and then lose money. I like the 15 because you can still take entries on the 15. You don't even have to use the 1 minute, and you can still be profitable just on the 15. But I think the best way probably is to use the 1 minute and the 15 as a supportive. But you can basically do the same thing all on the 15 second. It's just a little bit harder and less likely that you'll win because you're not really seeing the big picture. You're only seeing like a very small, it's too zoomed in. Let's just say that. But basically the 15 second has the same exact settings. It's just on 15 seconds, and the Signal sensitivity is 12. It's still on Smart Trail 5, Reversal Zones 5, Trend Catcher 3, Trend Tracer 3, Scalper preset, Heikin Ashi candles. No screener. No need for a screener on because it's so fast. Now, the oscillator matrix, I did change that. I put the hyperwave length to 20. I could have put it on like 20, like on the 1 minute, it's on 7, right? Default. I could have put it on like 28 because that's like 4 times 7. But then I did my own little test of it, and I was like 20. But you could try 28. I don't know, but I think 20 is like a good amount of sensitivity to signals and stuff. So, and I don't have the fast oscillator on the second chart either, because why would you do that? It's so fast already. So I kind of want to slow the oscillator down because the candles are so fast. So I put 20. You can put 28. I mean, you can experiment with the hyperwave. This is not like a final setting, I guess, on the hyperwave, but I'll say 20 though. And then the MACD is the same thing, and this is on default, and the Chris Moody MACD is the same thing as the 1 minute. Same thing. You got your little signals here. You just got more of them on the 15 second. Oh, and it gave like a red dot right here. So they lined up too. The red dot and the gray dot both lined up. But anyway, so that's what the 15 second is to boom, you'll take your entry right here on the 1 minute, or you wouldn't take this entry, but anyway, you took that entry and then you're using the 15 second now to say, when do I want to get out of this? Is the price starting to turn around? It's a little bit more sensitive, so you'll be able to take the exit at the perfect time, I think, versus that's the problem with Heikin Ashi candles, is that on the 1 minute, they're just too slow. So this gives you a better, chance to take the perfect exit, maximize your profit. And let me show you the back testing, guys, on the 15. All right. So let's go here. Let's put it on 15 seconds. Change the sensitivity to 12. All the settings are the same. I just changed to 12. And you can see with the 15 second, as soon as it loads up, you have 100% profitable NVidia. Let's look for ES. Let's look at ES. Same time frame, 100% profitable ES. 100% profitable NQ, I'm sure, or 90%. Well, pretty good, Bitcoin. So all of them work about the same, basically all these, NVIDIA, ES, NQ, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Microsoft, AMD, Google, all of them, are profitable with this strategy. And like I said, you really have to, the session matters. So test, back test 1 hour segments. And I think you don't really want to trade the strategy longer than an hour anyway. So it's just an hour strategy. An hour a day. That's my little idea for this strategy. Is just you trade 1 hour a day and you're done. Scalp, not trade. Scalping. So yeah, NQ, ES, NVIDIA, it's working for all those, plus the other ones. So yeah, just like I said, you take your entries on the 1 minute, using the Smart Trail and a Trend Tracer, and using the reversal zones and the Trend Catcher as support. And then you're gonna track your trade using the 15 seconds charts with the same, basically the same settings, just slightly tweaked, and that's how it is. All right, guys, good luck. Check it out. Let me know what you guys think. Thanks a lot.